welcome back to another craft episode for older kids. I'm Kaylee. I work at the North Lake Town Hall Library, and I will be showing you today how to make a tote bag from an old t-shirt. So it's really easy. All you need is the old shirt, a pair of scissors, preferably fabric scissors, and then this is optional, but you could use a marker and something round like this plate here to make sure that your lines are even. But yeah, let's get to the video. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to flip the shirt inside out. Once the shirt is inside out, you're going to want to cut off the sleeves. So you can just follow the seam line and cut off the sleeve. And for me, this is difficult because these aren't fabric scissors. If you've got fabric scissors, it'll be a little bit easier to cut through. And also, if your shirt's not too thick, you can also fold it in half, and then you can cut both sleeves off at once. But we're just gonna take the long way here. Okay. And we will discard that. You can make it into rags, or save it for other crafts. So then you're gonna wanna just go ahead and cut off the other sleeve right away. You can discard that one as well. And then you've got the sleeves off your shirt. You're gonna wanna cut off or just make the neck hole a little bit bigger to make it easier to put things inside of the bag. So that's where this round item is going to come into play. You can either take something like a plate and stick it on here to make sure that your lines are straight, or you can freehand it. I'm going to freehand it, but the shirt is inside out, so if you draw on it with a marker, it's not going to show. But yeah, so you'll want to begin cutting an oval or a circular shape around the neck of the shirt. Alright, there you go. Take that off, throw it to the side, and there you go. It looks like this now. So the last step, and yeah, this is a really easy, quick tutorial. This is the well, I guess it's the second to last step. But you'll decide how long or deep you want your shirt to be, and you'll trim it down, but you want to make sure that you're leaving about an inch, maybe an inch and a half, because we're going to be creating a fringe that we're going to tie together. So this shirt is very big. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit, and here you can get a ruler or something with a straight edge so that you can make sure you're cutting straight. Again, I'm just going to freehand it. This is a shirt that I was going to get rid of anyway, so if I mess it up, I don't really mind. But yeah, you're going to just cut off the bottom here. And this step is actually optional. If your shirt is a decent size already, it's not too big, not too small, you can skip this step and move on to the next one. There we go. So we're done with that. And then you are going to have your shirt, lay it flat down on the table, still inside out, And if you didn't flip it inside out at the beginning, it's important that you do that now. And you will start cutting little pieces of fringe in here. About, I'd say that's about 2.5 inches long. You're gonna be making a bunch of little bows along the bottom to stitch it up the bottom. So let me just make a few and then I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so it looks like this now. You can see I've cut those little pieces of fringe along the bottom. And they definitely don't need to be perfect because you won't even see them when you're done. So you're gonna go along the whole bottom of the shirt, making those little bits of fringe, and then I'll show you what happens next. Okay, so the next step is gonna be to tie all of these little bits of fringe together. So you have your one piece of fringe here, you'll have the one on the side, that is one long piece, or wide piece I guess. You're gonna leave that as it is for now, and you're just going to take each of these pieces and double knot them. Don't have to go too tight, but make sure that it's not gonna fall apart. So just go along the bottom and tie all your little pieces together. Okay, and then once you get to the end, what you're gonna want to do is go back to where you started, and you'll take this first huge piece and you're gonna just tie it to the next piece, one of the strings or pieces of fringe from the next knot. And you're gonna go along the entire bottom and do that, because if you don't, you'll notice there might be little holes in the bottom of your bag, which you probably don't want. So you're gonna want to go through and tie all your knots together by the side-by-side pieces of fringe, so that there are no holes. And then once you get to the end, you'll tie that side knot to the big knot, or the big piece of fringe on the end. And that is the final step. You are all done with your bag. So you'll want to just flip it back the other way around. And ta-da! You've got a nice little bag that you can take with you to the grocery store. I like to make these and take them to the swimming pool or the beach. They are very sturdy. They can hold all of your library books. You can take them to the library with you once we are open again, and you can carry your books home that way. See, they all fit in there, and voila. You can also go ahead and, if you have fabric paint on hand, you can paint it, or I used to like to tie-dye a shirt and then make one of these bags, so that's another option, and you can just kind of have fun with it. But I hope you liked this tutorial, and stay tuned for more videos.